as I said yesterday, I don't think there's anybody on the planet outside of Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones and Wilbur Clay that knows more about the Cowboys than my guy, Dave Helman, Cowboys Insider. Covering the Cowboys how long?
10 years.
10 years inside the locker room, outside the locker room. Everything you need to know, he knows. So this is what I want to know. Who are the 5 most important players to the Cowboys entering the season? And they don't even have to be players. Just the 5 most important people. The Dan Quinn, Tyron Smith, Tony Pollard, Zach Martin, CeeDee Lamb, Dave Helman. Get me started 1 through 5.
I'm not going to bother with any suspense. I mean, I think quarterback is probably the answer for every team in the NFL. It definitely is for the Dallas Cowboys.
Of course.
It's Dak Prescott. It's been Dak Prescott. They paid him $40 million. They're asking him to do way more with way less. I would argue Dak played at an MVP level for about half of last season.
Sure.
Not so great down the stretch. They still finished 12-5. It's going to have to be at that level week in and week out all season long.
No beef there. He's your number 1. Who you got at 2?
I never believed in a million years I'd be saying this after a year. It's Micah Parsons. And I had my doubts about the pick because I didn't know what he could do as a pass rusher. But I have learned that this is the type of defender that can change a game by himself, like the type of guy that can carry you to the playoffs. I think about a game against the Chiefs last year. Yeah. Micah sacked Mahomes twice. He stripped him. He has the potential to make that type of impact where even when your offense isn't giving you everything, he's the type of guy that can keep you in a game. I think he's going to do it a lot.
Not mad at that. Where are we at 3?
Tyron Smith, which is not the sexiest name that you are going to hear.
Cowboys left tackle, for those that aren't very familiar.
Cowboy fans, I know that you know what I'm talking about because this guy, unfortunately for him, cannot stay healthy. When he is, he's year 12.
The beast.
Easily top 10 tackle in the league, probably top 5, even in year 12. Yes. Just hasn't been able to stay healthy.
Beast.
This is a thinner offensive line than the Cowboys have been used to. The idea that they're the best line in the league, that's ancient history. They need him to be healthy if Dak's going to stay on.
Okay, that's 20-second timeout. I've been told 22nd or 30 second. I can't be content with him at number 3.
What's your beef?
He's never healthy. Like, it's not even saying, like, if he stays healthy, if it's hot in New York in the winter, if it rains in L.A. in ever. It just don't happen, big dog.
You didn't ask me what was realistic. You said what's important. And that's the thing. That's the thing is they're thinner on the offensive line than they ever have been.
Yeah,
they cut Lyle Collins. They let Connor Williams leave in free agency. I get Cowboy fans are probably happy about that one, but they don't have depth at tackle.
Sure.
They need him to be healthy. It has to happen this year.
Sure.
It has to.
Okay, talk to me. Number 4.
CeeDee Lamb. You trade away Amari Cooper. You let Cedric Wilson leave in free agency. It's time for CD to be the guy. And don't get me wrong, he's been a good player to this point in his career. He had 1,100 yards last year, made the Pro Bowl. He hasn't been that dude yet, though. Like my guy, LSU's Justin Jefferson, drafted after him. He's had a better start to his career. He hasn't been on that level. He's good. He's going to have to play at a higher level for this offense to be where it wants to be.
Okay, you don't yet have Jerry Jones on the list. You ain't got Kellen Moore on the list. I need the 5 most important people to the Cowboys, and I don't see anybody on staff. Who's number 5?
I mean, if it was the offseason, I would say Will McClay. Shout out, Will. I'd bet you're watching this. I would say Will.
Unofficially the Cowboys general manager.
So give me Dan Quinn.
Okay.
I could have said Kellen. He's important to this too. But here's the crazy thing, Acho. We're seeing the Cowboys transition away. Like, it used to be offense, offense, offense. That was the identity of this team. I really think it's going to be on Dan and his defense to help carry this thing. Again, Micah Parsons. He just barely didn't make the cut, but Trayvon Diggs is going to be a big part of that. Jaron Kearse. DeMarcus Lawrence, a second-team All-Pro that never gets brought up.
I got to stop you.
It's on Dan. It's on Dan to make all of that work.
Sure. There's a glaring omission. A glaring omission. There's no Ezekiel Elliott. And we know that Ezekiel Elliott, at least if Emmitt Smith tells it, is supposed to be the engine to this car that's supposed to go to a Super Bowl. I don't see him anywhere on the list. No love, no respect. What you feeling?
It's 2022, baby. Like, we're stat nerds forever. Because, and look, I like Zeke a lot more than the public does. Running back is not when you're talking about the end-all, be-all positions, running back's not up there. And on top of that, say what you will about Zeke, it's undeniable the Cowboys have one of the best 1-2 punches in the NFL. So if Zeke goes down, you have Tony Pollard. Everybody feels great about that. That's why I didn't put him up.
Can the Cowboys make it deep into the playoffs without Zeke's domination? Can they do that?
Is Tony Pollard healthy?
He is.
Yeah. Yes.
I feel like Tony Pollard is something like a great kicker or a backup quarterback. Track with me here. We all love a great kicker because they come in and they save the day. We love a backup quarterback because, man, imagine how good the backup is when the starter's sucking. But when you put the backup in, you're kind of like, oh, maybe that's why he's a backup. The kicker, when all of a sudden he shanks the game-winning 37-yard field goal, you realize, I don't love him that much. Tony Pollard is explosive as all get out. But is he really a 1, 2, 3 down back?
Actually, the answer is no, and that's fair. And I'm tired of people acting like the other things Zeke does aren't important. It's one of the best pass protection backs in the NFL. That stuff is important.
Sure.
But you mean to tell me if all this stuff is working, if the offensive line is healthy and playing well, if Dak Prescott is playing at the utmost of his capability, they're not going to be sunk because they have their second string running back, who's also pretty damn good. I just don't believe that. If all of the rest of this is working, they can make it work without Zeke.
Lastly, very quickly, CeeDee Lamb, a lot of pressure on him this season. Will he ball this season?
Will he ball? Yes. But there's so many good receivers in the NFL. CeeDee's going to be great. Is he going to climb into that conversation with the Devontaes and the Kupps? I'm not ready to say that.
Fair.
But I'm like, CeeDee Lamb is a Pro Bowl receiver. He's going to play like one this year for sure.
Man, I love this, and that's why I love you, because you can break this down better than anybody in the world.